before, but let me assure you, I'm committed to better Nigeria. And I have what it takes. I have the experience of all those who want to be president today. Nobody have my background. I built a business from scratch. I've operated in the corporate world. And I've been a governor. And in all this, you can go and say, I was a social businessman. I transformed the smallest bank into a 25 billion bank then. And a private bank today. I've been a governor where I told you that the day I left, I was not owing anybody. And I've been the one who saved most money. And in all this, Anambra State has not bought me a bottle of pure water since I left office.
Don't you collect pension from this?
No pension, no gratuity, nothing.
Okay, so you don't collect pension?
I've not been, I said they've not given me bottle of water, pure water, not even rain water, pure water, the one that is in sachet. I've not seen one.
But they gave you votes during the elections, your presidential bid.
What there's Anambra government, I didn't say Anambra State. People who voted for me are the people. As the Anambra State government have not bought me a sachet of water. So nobody will say, oh, and you can go to Anambra State. If you see any piece of land allocated by the state belonging to P2B, confiscate it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been another very enlightening session with Governor Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State.
So now, guys, when my coordinator, when I got my brother, I run for my National Assembly, my Nama, my victory mail, my Nama, I run for my.
London-based newspaper The Economist says Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, is the best choice for Nigeria. In a recent article titled "Nigeria Desperately Needs a New Kind of Leadership," the newspaper said Obi diagnoses the country's failings more precisely than his rivals. It says most striking is that Obi has urged people not to vote along ethnic or religious lines, but to favor competence. The Economist says Nigerians should heed the call and vote competently, that it would make a radical shift in Nigerian politics if this happens. According to the newspaper, Obi's talk of supporting businesses, free trade and getting a grip on Nigeria's mounting debts is what the nation needs, and he diagnoses the country's failings more precisely than his rivals.
When I say I am not campaigning for Obi, but he is the best. Reason is he has said that he's going to cut down what collects the money of government. Cost of governance. Cost of governance. That is where they kill us in this country. And new trajectory and new direction. We'll talk about other things.
You are obviously you are a candidate. Obi is your candidate.
No. Obi is, by my critical, unbiased assessment. Right. I am not making this statement because I am a part of Obi. I'm making this statement because he, and more by comparison, is the only one who has shown that if given opportunity, he can take this country.
But there are a lot of arguments, Tisha, that Obi has less experience compared to Tinubu and the former Vice President Atiku.
Is that the kind of experience you want?
I'm not. I said this.
The experience that has made slavery out of Lagos, the experience that has made a man to produce governors for 20 years and is in control of the system of Lagos, the finances of Lagos. There is nothing that happens in Lagos without Tinubu's approval. Is that the kind of experience you are looking for? That is a malevolent experience. That is a diabolical experience. That is a retrogressive experience. That is a cancerous experience. That is a corrosive experience. That is a backward experience. That is a reducing experience. That is a poverty-oriented experience. That is a Stockholm Syndrome experience. It is an experience that must be smashed to the smith bin and dumped in the compost stone. Our country needs egalitarian, progressive, brilliant, intelligent people with capacity, idealistic, to take us from the nadir of insignificance to the pinnacle of global recognition. That's what we're looking for. We don't need the experience of plutocrats and plutocrats who have put us in a quagmire and subjected us to this level of misery and
reality of the matter is that the people in the race, none of them, none, compares to him in terms of record in public office and in the private sector. There is no compare to Peter Obi in terms of record or in terms of visioning. Peter Obi is a man that I admire a lot. As of today, if there were to be a presidential election, Peter Obi is the person I'll still queue behind, because I believe in his capacity to take Nigeria in a non-violent manner to the revolution that I desire. I wish to see Nigeria turn around, and I don't want to see that happening violently. And I believe that Peter Obi has the mass appeal and the capacity to unite this country behind a vision for a better future. That is the basis. As at today, I don't know what he might do tomorrow that might change my mind. I'm a free agent. Barring any dramatic happenstance, I remain solidly behind Peter Obi, and I will continue to support him into 2027 if he's going to run. Peter Obi did not lose the last election. Peter Obi won the last election. INEC and the judiciary performed their magic.
So, I mean, the government of the day will say, Mr. Farotimi, that they are making...
Which government? The government that cannot even ensure that we have fuel. Which government? Do you have government? You have exploiters, buccaneers, thieves.
But, I mean,
which government?
The government of the day will say they are making efforts in fixing the problem that they met on the ground.
Okay,
they just about a year.
I'm Chinese too. I'm Chinese and I'm 6'7". Do you believe me? The government of the day has said they are making effort. We see the effort now. They are making effort. They are buying private jet. They are buying yacht. They are spending 21 billion to renovate. They are spending 90-something billion on Hajj. Is that the? And then they are falsely and fraudulently implementing Orosanye report. They are busy privatizing NNPP. We are busy refining in Malta and everywhere. We see the effort they are making. So I'm Chinese too, Sheung, and I'm 6'7". Do you believe me?
So you don't see any good that this government has done since the last 1 year? I'm asking, because I'm a journalist. I'm asking.
I had no expectation of anything good from this government. Nobody steals power to benefit the people. It does not happen. I do not expect the mercies of a thief who has robbed me. I was not under any illusion whatsoever about this government.
Don't tell me that P2B doesn't know himself, and don't tell me that when the word said that all man know thyself, don't tell me that P2B didn't know that he has this integrity, he has this popular voice, and people are always leaning by his side. Don't tell me that he didn't know about that. You see, him not breaking this to Rufai of the RIGV doesn't mean that he's proud of himself. No, but in the other way, he's also proud of himself, because you only boast of what you have achieved and which is good, and not that which is bad. And if you go through his track record, you will see that there is nothing that he said there that is lie. Everything is reality. Everything happens. So it means that if he's contesting for presidency, that should be a man that we should go for. Someone who have a pure good intentions for the people that he's coming for. Not just that they just want to come into power just to be into power, but rather they have mission, they have purpose of them wish to be in power. Now, for example, if I thought that P2B become the president of Nigeria, and of which he normally say he will first of all tackle the critical issues, which means he might not be able to do everything, but the critical issues that we should be looking after, that should benefit the good citizen, especially when it comes to education sector, when it comes to healthcare sector, and also the judiciary system. These three things, to me, I think is the most vital place that we should look into. One, the education sector. At least let the schools be more deliberate and concerned in what they brought in as their mission, just to teach the people, educate the students. both from the nursery to the tertiary level. Another thing, our healthcare system. If you go in our hospitals are mess. All the whole general hospital, both the FMC, none is functionable. It will look like they are not, taking good care of it. Right, that the federal government are pumping money into healthcare. Still, one person, one side, just stay to corner side the money. That's just it. Now, there's no good medicine, or you'll be treating one thing over and over because there's no good medication for it, and not because they're not producing medicine, but just because these people have decided to use the money that is meant for pharmaceutical to produce a good medicine for their own use. By so doing, you see what it will be. That's why people are taking fake drugs, and whenever the NAFDA go for market to rate people for selling fake medicine, you see some group of people will be saying that they are promoting livelihood from these people. I'm not blaming the marketers. Who I'm blaming the pharmaceutical company who are not producing potential medicine. And the judiciary system. If our judiciary system is okay, where that that the court is the last hope of every man, by so doing, the judiciary system will be holding accountable in questioning any legislator, any public officer who fails to deliver their job or who fails to do what is being meant for them to do. By so doing, the system and beholding the electoral policy and people in charge of the INEC responsible for any misconduct of any kind. So to me, that's the area, the key where we should be looking at for us to have a good leadership. And of which P2B can do this. That is a step ahead of us, that yes, we have already made a good governance and Nigeria is at its way of liberation. We'll share your opinion on the comment section, and don't forget to share this video to your friends and loved ones. Thank you.